Good evening, everyone. My name is Abhijay. Today, in this Zoom Marathon Challenge video, I am going to talk about the axios. Actually, yesterday I was talking about the fetch method, or basically fetch the API method. But today, in this video, I am going to explain the axios. What is the axios method? How can we use the axios? Basically, it is the alternative of fetch method. Fetch is the default from the JavaScript, which is usually those who are learning and those who are beginner in coding, they can easily use the fetch method. But if you are going for intermediate or some upper level from the beginning, then you realize that axios is the best method for fetching the data from the backend. And using the axios, you can easily fetch the data, and it will not take lots of time. That's like fetch. In fetch method, you have to write lots of code for get method, push method, delete method, again put method, or patch and other CRUD operation. But in axios, it is very simple to write the method in very simpler format. Suppose you are writing in the fetch method, you are writing the delete method, it will take to 5, 6, 7, 8 line. But in the basically axios method, it will take just 2 line of code or 3 line of code. That's it. Basically, in axios is easy to use, and it is basically better than the fetch. I am think according to my thinking, according to my uses of till now. I love to use the axios, but what is the main feature and why we use the axios? Basically, whenever we are talking about the any API method, so there are basically it's depend on the fetching or features method. So basically, axios is feature, or the first feature is it make XML HTTP request from the browser. It means easy to handle the request. Then make HTTP request from Node.js and support the promise API. But if you're using the fetch in your backend side, normally the developer is do not use the fetch in the backend side. They are prepared to use the axios in the backend side for those who are from the Marn stack. So it is very useful for front end and backend. Axios can handle front end and backend. Then axios intercept request and responses, transform request and response data. Then is also used for cancel request. Then what happened? Na, axios automatically transform the JSON data. So I will talk about that. Basically, what happening if you are using the fetch method. So first you have to fetch the URL, then it will return a promise, and after that you have to handle the promise, and then you will get the data. But in the axios method, just you have to write the axios.get and write the API inside it, and it will automatically return your data. No need to write any, no need to handle promise, no need to write a response. Just you have to write the simple function which is get. So it is easy to use, and it is already handling the promise and just return the data. And then last feature in the Axios is client support for protecting against XSRF. So basically it is also protective, and there are lots of feature about the Axios, but these are the features. And if you are making the CRUD request in backend or front end, then I will prefer to go with the axios because it is easy to write. You have to, if you are writing the get method, just axios.get, then URL, and after that you have to pass the course or other thing or header like that. So if you're getting, no need to pass the header. Suppose you are getting for the delete, put, patch, push method, so you have to write the course, or you have to set the header like other thing. So for that you can easily set in the axios. It is not take much more time, or the code process is very little. You no need to write lots of code for that. It is very little. So I'm going to use the axios, and it is very useful for the developer. So that's it for this video. Thank you.